As a mom of two and 49-year-old, I, for a long time, did not think I belonged on YouTube. It really felt like a young people's platform, if that makes sense. While I don't necessarily think I'm old, um, I don't know, I just kind of felt like my life was boring. What I saw a lot of on YouTube was hauls, fashion hauls, what I bought from Zara this week, and a Walmart haul, and luxury purchases haul, and my favorite luxury purchases of the year. Like these sorts of things that like don't relate to me at all. I don't shop a whole lot. I don't want to push over consumption. And which is weird to say as a fashion designer, because obviously, yes, I want people to buy my clothes, but also I want them to buy them because they love them and because they know that they'll wear them over and over again. And that's me. Like, you see me wearing my clothes. If you've watched any of my fashion videos, you've seen me wear my clothes repeatedly and style them up different ways because I really believe in buying things that you love and being able to wear them over and over again. So I don't know, I just kind of felt like maybe YouTube just isn't for me because of that, and because I didn't see women who looked like me in my age group talking about life things on YouTube at all. It just felt very surface level. And maybe it's just because what I was searching, or what was showing up in my algorithm, but I just didn't really see anything that like resonated with me to the point of wanting to do it myself. I mean, I wanted to do it, but I didn't know what YouTube would look like for me as a mom of two, as a wife, as a business owner, as a content creator on Instagram, which is completely different obviously than creating long form video for YouTube. It took me a while to figure out like what my lane was, and was that even interesting enough? Like, I struggled a lot with feeling like my life is too boring. I'm not shopping all the time. So is anybody even going to want to care? Like, are people just using it to shop? Are people just using it to, see cool lives, people living their cool lives on vacation, or, whatever else? And it's like, we don't go on a lot of vacations. We don't do a lot of cool things in New York. Like, we just have a regular, normal home life in Brooklyn. And I don't know, just like I said, it just felt too boring. So I had to like sit with myself and figure out like, why do I think I need to be interesting, or I need to be buying things in order to just create content? Like, maybe I could just create it for myself. It doesn't need to be, reach far and wide and, get me 100,000 subscribers or anything like that. Like, I just want to share. And so that can be my lane, is to just share. Because really YouTube felt very young, like a younger person driven platform, or people sharing tips like, how to grow on YouTube, how to grow on Instagram, how to start a business, how to, and I'm not the how-to girl. In that sense, like, yes, I know how to build a business. Yes, I know how to grow on Instagram, how to create content, how to tell stories. I know all of that. But putting it in YouTube form just felt very big, very overwhelming for me. And it just didn't really resonate and feel like that was my lane either. So I finally had a conversation with Glow Atanmo, who, if you don't follow her, please do. Subscribe to her YouTube channel, follow her on Threads, follow her on Instagram, because she is somebody who is encouraging all the Black women to get on YouTube and share your story. But she really let me know that like, my experiences are my own and no one else has them, and that is valuable. That's something that you can share. Like, my lived experience is the content. The fact that I moved from Chicago to Brooklyn on my own, the fact that I moved to Hawaii and lived there when everybody else told me that it was a bad idea, and I lived there for 6 months just to dance hula. The fact that I started a business from my kitchen with $50, like, those are experiences that she reminded me that people want to hear. And those are the stories that I can tell just from my perspective, just from my own lived experience, that may resonate with someone else somewhere. It's like the thing that I thought was not enough is the thing that actually makes me different and stand out on this platform where you don't have a lot of people that look like me talking about stuff like this. And I know the big thing that a lot of gurus tell you is to pick a niche, but for me, it wasn't about picking a niche, because it's me. I'm the niche. And I know you've probably heard that a lot of times too, but like, in all honesty, being a 49-year-old Black woman who, had kids later in life, who started a business later in life. I retired at 43. I really have been choosing my own lane my whole life, now that I think about it. And I think those are valuable stories for anyone at any age. It was really about me letting my life shape the content as opposed to the other way around. And it took time. I almost talked myself out of it a few times. I actually started at the end of 2024 and maybe did 2 or 3 videos into 2025 and told myself, oh girl, you don't have time for this. Like, this is just too much. And 1 video a week, like, that is not too much, because right now, as of February 16th, 2026, I am trying to do, I'm doing 5 videos a week, every week for the month of February. And the fact that I'm 2 weeks in, this is my 3rd week right now, and I'm doing it, like, girl, you really couldn't do 1 a week. I was giving myself excuses because, again, I felt that fear of not being enough, of not being good enough, not shopping enough, not being interesting enough. All of those fears of not being enough, which stem from, honestly, how I was raised. And I will link that video for you to watch, because it can explain a lot. But yeah, I had to get over myself, basically. I know sometimes we delay starting something, or like me, you kind of start and then stop and then start again and stop again, because you just don't see yourself reflected. But I think part of that is that we think that we need to fit in. We think that we need to belong. And you don't. You don't have to try and fit into this already created mold, because a lot of us don't. And like me, I'm not shopping all the time. I'm not buying luxury purchases. I'm not traveling like that. That's just not my life. So I can't create this life simply to fit into this mold of what other YouTubers are doing. I need to share what's real for me, and you need to share what's real for you. And maybe that's something that will encourage someone else, will inspire someone else, or just give them a mirror to be like, oh, wow, I can relate to that, because I've lived that too. Or that's an experience that that's a mistake I would have made, but now that I'm seeing your video, now I know better. Like, you never know what your experiences can do to help other people. If you don't see yourself reflected, if you don't see your story being told, or a similar story to yours, then that's on you to tell it. That's on you to be that voice that maybe someone else doesn't see online, and they're like, oh man, yes, I resonate with that. Yes, oh my gosh, she's experienced what I've experienced. And I've learned that in just the last 2 months of posting, like sharing my experience of growing up as a Jehovah's Witness, sharing my experience of pivoting and leaving my career at 43 to start something completely brand new and uncharted for me. Having children later in life. There's so many things in my life that are like can mirror other women's experiences, and me using my voice and using this platform to share that can be helpful. And I'm glad that I actually got over myself, got over my fears, and just shared the stuff. So if you're trying to start something and you don't see yourself represented, especially on YouTube, then you need to be it. This is not your opportunity to shrink into something that doesn't fit you. This is your time to build something more. This is your time to show up as your full self, because that is exactly what's needed right now. And that's it for me. I just wanted to share a little encouraging word, being that I probably need this encouraging word for myself because I'm getting a little tired after my first 10 videos of the month. But just know that I'm here. You can do it. If you have anything you want to talk about in the comments, leave it below and let's chat. And I will see you next time.